outside. Good morning, everyone. Last lecture आपण बघितलं code of ethics. Okay, what is code of ethics? Code of ethics exhibits rights, duties, and obligations of members of profession and professional society. Okay, last point राहिलं होतं आपल्याला. फर्स्ट हे थिंग सांगायचं होतं की तुम्हाला असाइनमेंट एमसीक्यू दिलेले त्यामधलेच पडणार आहेत. आता सेकंड युनिट आज संपेल आता आणि दुपारी एक सेक्शन आहे तेव्हा तुम्ही असाइनमेंट आणि एमसीक्यू सॉल्व्ह करा. मी तुम्हाला ग्रुपवर लिंक आणि हे पाठवते. सगळे पीपीटीज आणि बुकचे लिंक तयार केलेले एका लिंक मध्ये सगळेच आहेत. सगळ्या पॉइंट वाईज पीपीटीज आणि नोट्स पण आहेत. सो हे लेक्चर झालं की मी ग्रुपवर शेअर करेन. व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपला डिस्क्रिप्शन म्हणून आहे त्या लिंकवर सगळ्या सब्जेक्टचे तुम्हाला सगळे नोट्स एमसीक्यू असाइनमेंट सगळे भेटतील. माझं सोडून बाकीचे असतील कॉन्क्रीट, एअर पोल्युशन, रेल्वे हार्बरचं दुसरं अजून कुठलं राहिलं आपलं जगदाळे सरांचं आहे ते बिझनेस रिलेटेड. ओके, सगळ्या सब्जेक्टचे लिंक आहेत ऑलरेडी व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपचे. व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपचा जो प्रोफाईल आहे त्यावर क्लिक करा, तिथं डिस्क्रिप्शन म्हणून येते त्यावर तुम्हाला सगळं मिळून जाईल. ओके, ज्यांचं मिळालं नसेल त्यातच फॅकल्टीला फोन करा, मेसेज करा आणि घ्या, कारण नेक्स्ट वीक ऑफलाईनच असणार आहे. ज्यांना काय प्रॉब्लेम असेल जे जॉब रिलेटेड हे असतील तर मेल टाका तसं. ओके, मग त्यांनी ऑनलाईन देऊ शकते. ज्यांनी इथेच आहेत कॉलेजमध्ये स्टडी वगैरे करतात त्यांना कंपल्सरी आहे. ओके, कोड ऑफ इथिक्स झालेला आहे आपला. नेक्स्ट पार्ट आपण घेऊयात. एक मिनिट, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज पण झालेले आहे. थोडंच पार्ट राहिलंय. इथिक्स अँड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इंटरेस्टेड झालेलं होता ना. हा, गिफ्ट वर्सेस एन्व्हायरमेंट अँड ब्रिचेसचं अजून एकदा बघूयात आपण. ओके, what is environmental ethics? Is a branch of ethics that studies the relation of human being and environment. How ethics play a role in this means environment ethics believe that humans are part of society as well as other living creatures which includes plants and animals. Okay, and ethical breaches means environmental breaches. Data. An ethical breaches occurs when someone within system or community makes an ethical choices that set a standard by which others means can make similar decision. The danger of ethical breaches is they are fundamental changes in a ethics of your organization. Means any environmental crime is a illegal act which directly harms the environment. Means the illegal activities involved in the environment means wildlife, biodiversity, and natural resources. The Environmental Protect Act 1986, EP Act, Environmental Protection Act, the Umbrella Act for numerous rules adopted under it. Such waste rule provides for only one type of punishment. Means any breaches of the rule punishable with imprisonment for the terms of 5 years or fine up to 1 lakh or both. Means an example of breaches what means environmental breaches is tampering with emission control or air condition system in automobile. Means improper treatment, storage or disposal of hard waste hazardous wastes. Okay. In many environmental laws means practice area environmental justice lawyers means environmental any United States government enacts three major environments, Clean Air Act and Clean Water Act and Toxic Substance Control Act. These are the EP Environmental Protection Act. Ethical issues in environmental issues mean ethically along with human values make for challenging philosophical debates about man's interaction with the environment. Water and air pollution, depletion of natural resource loss means any resources loss of biodiversity and mm, uh, destruction of ecosystem and global climate changes are all changes are all part of the environmental ethic debate. Means any in main India main environmental issues air pollution and poor management of waste means growing water secretary or scarcity means any following groundwater tables and water pollution and quality of forecast means biodiversity loss and any land soil degradation and are some of the major environmental issues India faces today. Okay. Main consequence of breaches to the ethical legal responsibility failure to work within these boundaries may result in reprimand. Mean performance management and training disciplinary action means are people who receive services and legal action against you and our employee. Means there are many environmental issues in India means air pollution, water pollution, and garbage. Good means and pollution to natural environmental are all challenges for India. Okay. Then negligence. What is negligence? Last time मी तुम्हाला विचारलेलं ते आपण स्टॉप केलेलं negligence related. Okay. What is negligence? सगळ्यांनाच माहित आहे. हे जनरली असे आपला टॉपिक किंवा आपला सब्जेक्ट असंच आहे. ओके. मीन्स फेल्युअर टू टेक प्रॉपर केअर ओव्हर समथिंग. ओके. negligence. It becomes professional negligence when the responsibility of profession fails means to reach standards level and the practice of profession or art which requires some special experience means skill and ability by carrying the reputation for practice to the extent in is required. What is main professional negligence? What is negligence? In law, the failure to meet standards of behavior established to the protect society against unreasonable risk. Okay. Main example of negligence in law and failure to meet standard behavior and protect society. Okay, means negligence is a cornerstone of liability and key factor is most personal injuries and property damage trial is the many examples of the negligence. Driver who runs a sign means causing any injuries, crash, or a store owner who fails to put up the caution means floor and sign after the moving up the speed means property owner who fails to replace return step means the wooden porch and that collapse and injuries visiting the guest. Okay. Main part for the negligence is many failure almost curriculum means ethical rules are expected to the exercise mean the any specified curriculum means the area up to the law is negligence means in all harm and causes by failing to act and forms of carelessness possibly with means extensively circumstance the core concept of negligence is the people should exercise reasonable care in their actions by taking account of potential harms and might professionally cause to the other people or property means any someone who suffer loss causes and another negligence may be able to sure for damages to compensate for their harm means such loss may include physical injuries, harm to property, and any illness or economic loss. The law for the law and any the law or on negligence may be assessed in general terms means according to any five models means which include the assumption for duty, breach, actual and cause and protection. Any main part for the injuries, negligence. Okay. Then next point, deficiency in state of the art. At present, the state of art automatic software तुम्ही state of art असं state सर्च केलं तर पण त्यामध्ये येत आहे की deficiencies काय सॉफ्टवेअर रिलेटेड. ओके. Then state of art atomic software vulnerability meaning means technologies can be divided into four main types: unexpected behavior check, feedback driven genetic algorithms means grammar or rule based generate, and a symbolic exit means any the most recent stage in the development of product mean incorporating the newest technology ideas and features for the state of the art means belong or relating to the most recent stage of technology development, having or using the latest technique or equipment. Okay. Main state of art is morality and art are connected. Usually in art the proofs and disputes and such art strips up the artist or viewers are personal beliefs, values and morals due to the what is depicted means works that seem to purposely pursue or strongly communicate a message may cause controversies to flare up means controversies over the right of artist freedom or over how society evaluate art means that judgment of work created by the artist means has to do society value judgment in a given time in history. The state of art is sometimes cutting edges or leading edges means refers to highest level of general development such as device technique or scientific technique in any particular time. However, the some context in can refer to level of development reached by any particular time as a result common methodology employed at the time. The relationship between artists and society in intertwined and sometimes at odds in related to the art ethics. Neither has is sacrificed for the others. Means, however, the neither needs to be bent to the other in order to create or convey the work message. Art is a subjective, means it will be received or interpreted by the different people in various ways. What may unethical to one may be ethical another because art is a subjective. It is valuable means it's ethical judgment and it most urinable when society does not have a historical context or understanding of the art means appreciate work and context or it is means this lack of does not make a ethical judgment wrong or irritational. It shows that appreciation of art or any style changes over time means that new different art to style means can come to the appreciate the general negative taste of society usually changes with the more explosive means still taste remaining subjective. Then art of ethics in a respect demand that artists use their intellectual faculties to create true expensive means represent or convey psychological meaning. This type of demand capable on their views part to the to be moved by many sentiment. From the artist, it demand the power of art penetration, means outward appearance and capture hidden through interpretation of the moment. Means a permanent emotion of situation, while artists are creation and capturing visual images and in encrypting for their viewers, and they also giving the measuring of artists' own moral and ethical sensibilities. Okay. Wiggle mechanisms. Wiggle mechanism provides channel to the employee and direction to report to the management. Is concerned about unethical behavior and actual suspected fraud or violation of codes of conduct or any policy of company. Okay, advantages of Wiggle mechanism. This mechanism seeks to prevent malpractice into investigation and resolve complaints and take appropriate action to safeguard means interested for a company and to ensure their person making a complaint means any whistleblower means whistleblower is the protect at the same time it's a girdle against fraudulous and baseless or malicious. Then companies are required to release wiggle mechanism in this rules under Companies Act 2013. Among the company there was borrowed money from banks and public financial institute in excess 50 crore need to the have wiggle mechanism is being listed. A company proposed to establish an whistleblower policy means wiggle and whistleblower mechanism is the formulated policy for the same. Whistle blowing whistleblowing is the main last point. Whistleblowing is the basically done by an employee where the finds the ethical rules means broken, unknowing or unknowing and unknowing and imminent danger for the company means consumers or the public. When employee is working and organization is a part of group where the decision are made and executed. Okay. Then next, many example of whistleblowing. लास्ट ह्याच्यात पण ऐकलंय विसल ब्लोईंग. ओके. WHISTLE whistle blowing. Okay. Whistle blowing is the convey information by employee or any important moral problems to somebody in a position to take action on the problem. Means further this is done outside the approved organization channel. For example, workplace whistle blowing occurs when an individual reports wrong doing in an organization such as a financial misconduction and discrimination. Means this person is often employed but can also be third party means such as supplier or customer. In the internal whistle, two type of internal and external whistle blowing. Okay. Main internal whistleblowing when someone make a report within a organization. Whistleblowing, there are two type of whistleblowing, internal and external. Whistleblowing are those who report misconduct, fraud or indiscipline to senior officer or a senior officer of organization such as a head human or resource means or a CEO. Okay. Main internal in a case means in this case internal ethics main internal internal whistleblowing is the main. In this case the information is conveyed means to person within the organization but behind the appropriate behind the means any approved channel. Okay. External whistleblowers means external is the means blower is the means this happens when information is transmitted outside organization. Means the recipient means any recipient may be municipal chairman or member of legislators or a minister. It becomes several serves if the information reaches means the press and through them to public. Means the damage is maximum and sometimes possess means difficulty in remedying the situation. Based means open and any members for the external whistleblowing. Okay. Whistleblowing एक PPT असेल ते एक दाखवते जनरली. Whistleblowing. सगळ्यांना दिसतंय? सेपरेट PPT आहे. मगाशी आपण बघितलं रिलीजन्स ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन बाय मेंबर और फॉर्मर एम्प्लॉय ऑफ एन ऑर्गनायझेशन दॅट इज evidence of illegal and immoral conduct in the organization or conduct in the organization. Whistleblowing can only the done by the member means in the organization, not witness of crime or reporter. Okay. Definition whistleblowing. First and second, whistleblowing is something that can be done only by the member means former member of an organization. Secondly, it must be information that is not available for a public. Third, whistleblowing. Thirdly, it should be evidence of some significant kind of misconduct on the part of organization. And fourth is the information must be outside normal channel of the communication. Then fifth, release of information must be sometime that is done voluntarily as opposed by being legally required. Okay. Define करतात. Sixth काय whistleblowing must be undertake a moral protect in the motive must be correct some wrong not to seek religions or personal advancement. Then type of whistleblowing आता झालेलं internal and external. When individual advocates belief or relevant with the organization. Second, external, when individual advocates belief or revelations outside the organization. Condition for justification whistleblowing: situation of sufficient moral importance, means if the situation of information is disclosure, means people live at stable, means for example side effect of drugs or medicines, if not prescribable, means in convey for the any medicine and information delivered to the public by whistleblowing. Then situation when all facts of information are properly understood with their significance. Whistleblowers must be much documentation and other correction as possible, because he and she is strong obligated to the people. Means an employee should not jump into the conclusion without much clarification. Means if significance of information is genuine, it could be justified. Okay. Then condition for justified whistleblowing means all internet channels have to utilize without a step short of whistleblowing. Whistleblowing it should be last, not the first resort. It's justified when there is no morally preferable alternatives. Okay, means they based way below the whistle to whom the information is be released, and agencies like Environmental Protection Agency or Exchange Communication can spark an investigation. Okay. Local investigation bodies means FBI or advocacy. Whistleblower Protect Act 2011 means Act of Parliament of India, which provides a mechanism to investigation corruption and misuse of power by public servant. Means also protect anyone who expose all alleged means wrongdoing in government bodies or any project and offices. Okay. Agreement against whistleblower protection. First, law recognize whistleblowing as right is open to abuse. Means the employee might find an excuse to blow the whistle in order to the cover up means their own incompetency or inadequate performance. Means secondly, legalization to protect whistleblowers means could add on rights for employees and make environment difficulty for manager to run company effectively. Agreement for whistleblower protection. Firstly, defense for law protection means whistleblower to the provide best contribution to the society. Agreements first, and second, defense for law support means the right of employee and his freedom to the speech. Then difference between benefits and danger for company whistleblowing policy. First, benefit in whistleblowing in learning mistakes and problems in early stage itself. Second, shows companies commitment towards good ethics and ethical corporate climate. Uh, second, uh, Second, dangers. Legitimate complaints sends wrong signals to other employees. Means whistleblower in case of tension or strike. Second, employees may go outside of normal communication in channel which is unstable. And then last component of whistleblowing policy means an effective communicated statement of responsibility. Second is a clear defined procedure of reporting. Third, well-trained person or received the investigation reports. Fourth, a commitment to the take appropriate action. Fifth is the agreement against relent report in the good faith. Okay. देन डेलिमा लास्टला आपल्याला झालेलं आहे लास्ट ह्याच्यात कॉर्पोरेट. आपण कॉर्पोरेट आणि पर्सनल इथिक्स अजून एकदा बघूया. लास्ट ह्याला दोनच पीपीटी झालेले आहे त्यामध्येच आहेत. ओके. लास्ट पॉइंट कोड ऑफ इथिक्स मधलं एकदा बघूया आणि कॉर्पोरेट आणि पर्सनल इथिक्स आपलं राहिलेला पॉइंट एक कव्हर करूया. कोड ऑफ इथिक्स. लास्ट पॉइंट ह्यामधला राहिलेला आहे प्रोटेक्टेड डिस्क्लोजर्स. What is protected disclosures means any communication made in good faith and that disclosure or demonstrate information that may evidence in unethical or improper activity. Means subject means the person against or relation to whom protected disclosures means have been made or evidence gathered during the course of an investigation. Who is a protected by the Protected Disclosure Act means the act provides the procedure in terms of which any employee may disclose means information relating to the official means any malpractice in the workplace by his or her employee or fellow employees means protection of any employee who has made a disclosure in accordance means with the procedures provides for any provided for by the act. ओके लास्ट ह्यातला आपला पॉइंट राहिलेला आहे पर्सनल अँड कॉर्पोरेट इथिक्स. ओके मेन तुम्हाला प्रोफेशनल इथिक्स, पर्सनल बिझनेस इंजिनिअरिंग इथिक्स आणि कोड ऑफ इथिक्स एवढ्यातच विचारणार. दुपारच्या 5 क्वेश्चन मी देईन त्यातलंच ISC ला पण असेल आणि MCQ टाईप स्टार्टिंगचे 10-12 मार्क्स MCQ असतील. ओके आणि बाकीचे थिअरी असेल. मी तुम्हाला सांगेनच काय काय इझी आहे आपला पार्ट. बऱ्यापैकी लास्ट इयरचे पण क्वेश्चन पेपर नसणार आहेत तरी मी शोधून तुम्हाला देईन. पर्सनल इथिक्स दिसतंय तुम्हाला. पर्सनल इथिक्स ओके वर खाली हा फर्स्ट काय इंट्रोडक्शन मीनिंग इमोशनल हॉनेस्टी व्हर्च्यू ऑफ ह्युमिलिटी प्रमोट हॅपीनेस कर्मयोग प्रोटेक्ट. ओके पर्सनल मध्ये काय आहे व्हॉट इज पर्सनल इथिक्स. पर्सनल इथिक्स main ethics that personal identifies means with respect to people and situation that they ideal that they deal with everyday life. Personal ethics is the category of philosophy that determine what individual believes about morality and right and wrong. Okay तुम्हाला दिसतंय इथे. This is usually distinguished from business ethics or legal ethics. Personal ethics are a basic principle that values that govern interaction among individual. Means professional ethics refer to the ethics means that person must adhere to the irrespect of their interaction and business dealing in their professional life. Okay. Then next, what influence personal ethics? First, friend, family, बघा religions, peers, media and school. Just a current scenario in ethics. Don't to be the three monkey. तुम्हाला माहित आहे. First, emotional honesty. Honesty refer to truthfulness, integrity and truthfulness. Means any emotional honesty means expressing your true feeling. Okay. Means any personal ethics behavior means in personal ethics are stand by the which person just behave as being right or wrong means ethical expectation often take means the form of principle. Okay means any emotional integrity, emotional awareness and emotional honesty means concern for well-being other means respect for other, truthfulness and honesty. Virtue of humility. Virtue bear showing high moral standards means humility. The quality of having modes or low view of one's important means virtue is benefit quality features or trait leading to excellence, advantages or goodness means humanity. The characteristic of being human means human based in the character and behavior. लास्ट टाइम झालेलं आहे तरी एकदा त्यातलं न्यू चांगल्या पीपीटी मिळाल्यात. सो व्हर्च्यू ऑफ इमोशनल झालं. इमोशनल. नेक्स्ट टाइप्स ऑफ व्हर्च्यू. Honesty, public spirits virtue, teamwork virtue, and professional virtue. Honesty in addition to moral unity and integrity. Okay. Second, public spirited virtue. Public spirited virtues are focus on good of the client and wider public affected by one's work. Teamwork virtue are those that are especially important in enabling professional to work successfully with the other people. Proficiency virtue means are they virtue of mastery of one's craft, in particular master of technical skill. Means any virtue means virtue in moral excellence, means virtue is the trait for quality that is limit to the moral, means morally good and thus valued as foundation of principle and good moral being. In other word means behavior that shows high moral, means standard or doing what is right and avoiding what is wrong. The opposite of virtue is the wise. Means other example of notice include the concept of merit is any virtue, basic virtue, uh, promoted happiness. Happiness is a mental or emotional state of being, means characterized by positive or pleasant emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. Utilitarianism versus deontology. Only utilitarianism focus only result with this happens, then any means any harms or innocent person in denote means any deal with the intention and the motive. The former system is concerned with whether act is integrity, right or wrong, while the latter system believe on the only the consequence of act are important. Okay, means denotology. Denotology is the end that does not justify the means. Means you utilitarianism is the end justify the means. Okay, there's a difference between the utilitarianism and deontology. Means the deontological is rules based view of ethics, means was first proposed by the Immanuel Kant, which therefore commonly known as Kantianistics. Means goodness or badness is determined by the action. Means the only behavior that can be considered ethical is on means one that has good will behind it. Uh, Teleological is the consequent based view. Means ethic was introduced by the Germany Bentham, means developed by the Johann Stott Wilmin, also known as utilitarianism. Goodness and badness is determined by the result of outcomes. This deontological is the action and technological is the outcomes. Can justify the behaviors ethically produce greatest good for the greatest number for the technological. कर्म योगा. ओके, ऍक्शन बेस्ड हे काही नाहीये पण तरी ह्याच्यातच त्याला पर्सनल. कर्मयोगा means paying attention to the journey without getting worked up with the arrival for the destination. Fear based and love based हे पण काय protective. It means acting in advance to deal with expectation difficulty, means tending to intention changes, means rather than reacting the events. Mean protective increase our awareness of own paradigms. Okay. Being protective, having intention is extremely important. Means most people are reactive in instant of protective. Means successful people and successful simply because they are more protective than ordinary people. Ordinary people wait for things, means they happen only there will do something about it. Means for example, most people will wait for the boss to the late and what to do before they start their work. There is one of the most powerful habits, means you must adopt in your life and you want to be successful. Means successful people are not more lucky than others, means it just they that they are more protective than most people. Last, flexibility and purity of mind. Flexibility required an open mind and welcoming of new alternatives. Means our thoughts and responsibilities for our action. Means our mental conditions, determination, our character, and their quality of life. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that control mind acts as our friend and helps us live our moral and spiritual life. Means an uncontrolled mind, on the other hand, in mean is our enemy and acts against our interested. Okay. And last, be careful what is you think because you thought and run. Okay, हे काय नाही. पर्सनल इथिक्स मध्ये काय आहे मेन तेवढं बघितलं तर पण मेन आहे, हे बाकीचे एवढं नाहीये पण त्यामध्ये ऍड केलेले आहेत. लास्ट आहे कॉर्पोरेट इथिक्स. ओके, ते एक बघू एक 5-10 मिनिटात. वेगवेगळ्या टाईप मध्ये प्रोफेशनल इथिक्स आहेत. ओके, पहिला टॉपिक वेगळाच आहे, गव्हर्नमेंट रिलेटेड आहे, स्टँडर्ड बॉडीज कुठले प्रोफेशनल बॉडीज. सेकंड आहे आता आपला प्रोफेशनल इथिक्स रिलेटेड आहे. ओके, थर्ड आहे ते कॉपीराइट्स असतील, तुम्हाला पेटेंट कसं डिझाईन करायचं त्याच्यावर आपण 2-3 तास पवार सरांचं लेक्चर पण ठेवूयात आपण. खूप भारी टॉपिक आहे, त्यावर तुम्ही जेव्हा प्रोजेक्ट आता फायनल याचा करता त्यावर नंतर तुम्ही पेटेंट करू शकता. तर माझं एमटेकच्या प्रोजेक्ट वर पण चालू आहे काम. ओके, पब्लिश एक पेटेंटला 1 करोड 2 करोड असतो डिपेंड. त्यामुळे प्रोजेक्ट व्यवस्थित करा, जे आता आपल्याला तुम्हाला पुढे एमटेकला पण यूज आहे. जे डिग्रीचा प्रोजेक्ट तुम्ही आता केला तर एमटेकला आपण डिटेल मध्ये करू शकतो मास्टर मध्ये. ओके, लास्ट पॉइंट आहे कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ओके, फर्स्ट, व्हॉट इज इथिक्स? Ethics, also known as moral philosophy, is a branch of philosophy that address questions about morality. Mean that is concepts such as good and evil, rights, wrong, virtue and vice, justice and crime, etc. Okay, what is ethics? माहित आहे. What is corporate? Main part. What is corporate ethics? Corporate ethics म्हणजे काय? Business ethics, also corporate ethics, is a form of applied ethics or professional ethics. Okay. Professional ethics that examines म्हणजे ethics principle and moral or that ethical problem that arise in a business environment. Okay. Then business applied to the all aspect of business conduct relevant to the conduct of individuals and entire relevant to the conduct of individual entire organization. Okay. Social responsibility. Main corporate business ethics is also known as a corporate, means a form of applied ethics or professional ethics. Means any social responsibility of ethical problem, means the principal and moral ethic problems that arise in business environment. Okay. In corporate are run by people and thus their feeling and emotions need to the cared about. Means people are very sensitive about their culture, religion and traditional. Means we are social society of the diversity. The right of each community it needs to be well when protected and should not be harmed. Man is a social animal, means want to share his feeling, enjoy with his family and party with his friends. Okay, means social responsibility is the ethical framework in which an individual is obligated to work and cooperate with other individual organization. Means for benefit of the community that will enhance and what that individual leaves behind. Any issues of social response include their salary pay should be up to the market standard and city standard that to employ can save the investments well, grow and support his and her family. Means that's the basic need that the corporate should understand. Then comes the accommodation issues. Okay. Means any responsibility for the social development, means social responsibility, the business addition to maximum shareholders values and should act is manner to the benefit society. Means social responsible companies should adopt policies that promote the well-being of society and environmental will listening the negative impact on them. Okay. Main part working for social responsibility, social development societies are funded by the corporate. Means any welfare program are to in process in regular and basis in corporate. Means better society, better resource, and their better way. Means working for communities such as volunteering, giving blood donation, and working at the food bank or animal shelters. Any responsible example for social responsibility means supporting issues that affect society, such as advocating qualities or social issues, means that can help others. For example, advocating for the child labor laws, purchasing fair trade, product recycling. Okay, any responsibility for the social responsibility. Last three level of business ethics is in our mission to benefit business ethics. Johnson and Scholes and provide useful way of classified diverse element there. First in micro level, the rule of first, the rule of business in the national and international organization of society. Second, the relevant virtues of different political and social system, such as free enterprise, means centrally planned economic, international relationship, the role of business or international scale is the main first micro is the different policy and social system is, and second is corporate level, means corporate social responsibility is the ethical issues, means facing uh, problems and individual corporate intent, means private and public sector, and formality implementing strategy, means any social responsibility people, not only companies, can engage in social being. Social responsibility shows both the social awareness, means self management skill, and that the awareness of how our decision affect the other. Means they section will further discuss means social corporate level and social responsibility on the individual level. Means as we'll discuss with the ethical company, means standards is the difficult to separate corporate level, means corporate social responsibility from individual ethics and social responsibility, since people are once making corporate policy. For purpose of the section, we'll first discuss social responsibility, means the corporate level and then the individual level. Okay, then individual level, to behavior and action of individual with the organization. In the individual level is the since social response, first is the responsible more social response, the manner, means social responsibility duty of the business to harm to society and individual work for the organization, and any concern affect for the society vote, means any does any company for the social responsibility. Okay. Last, ethical rules and values for corporations. Always help others. Okay. Rules packet. Second, first, always help others. Be honest and don't lie. Follow the rules and policies. Respect others. Be loyal and hardworking. Do right. Follow rights. Okay. The main ethics for the and economic aspect and legal aspect for social responsibility. Then last, conclusion, if you can add it to the above ethics, means many other corporate events such as gossiping, cheating, hiding, and manipulating, means complying will be disclosed as well. Means furthermore, you may be pleasantly surprised by how successful you actually end up being without even being. Means great for success and power, all changing being you and your change, then corporate world can change too. ओके, संपलेला आहे. लास्ट तुम्हाला लास्ट लेक्चरला तुम्हाला असाइनमेंट सेंड करेन मी, आणि एमसीक्यू जे पूर्ण त्या रिलेटेड असेल. फर्स्ट चॅप्टरचे पण मी एमसीक्यूज आणि असाइनमेंट सेंड केलेला आहे, त्याचे पण ते तेवढे बघून घ्या. आणि आताचे पण जेवढे मी दिलेले आहेत त्या रिलेटेडच पडणार आहे. त्या बाहेरचं म्हणजे आयएससी ला पण त्या असाइनमेंटचे 5 क्वेश्चन असतील. फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट मध्ये 5 क्वेश्चन आणि एमसीक्यू 60 एमसीक्यू आहेत फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट मध्ये. ओके, आणि सेकंड असाइनमेंट मध्ये आता देईन मी दुपारच्या लेक्चरला एमसीक्यू पण देईन आणि असाइनमेंट देईन आणि बाकीचे लिंक्स असतील पीपीटी नोट्स वगैरे ते बघून घ्या. ओके. ऑनलाईन पण आहेत ह्या प्रोफेशनल इथिक्स अँड लॉ, प्रोफेशनल इथिक्स आणि आपल्या प्रोफेशनल प्रॅक्टिस अँड लॉ इथिक्स ह्या सब्जेक्टचे एनलिस्ट आपले एनपीटीएल डेलनेट ह्या सॉफ्टवेअर आपल्या लायब्ररीचे सॉफ्टवेअर आहेत, त्यामध्ये पण बुक्स आहेत. ऍक्च्युअली लायब्ररीमध्ये फक्त प्रोफेशनल प्रॅक्टिसचं एकच बुक आहे, त्यामध्ये सेकंड टॉपिकच कव्हर आहे. ओके. आर एस नागार्जुनचं एक पुस्तक आहे, त्या आहेत का नाही माहित नाही, पण ऑनलाईन आहेत. मी तुम्हाला सॉफ्ट कॉपीज पाठवून देईन, ते वाचा. ठीक. तर सगळ्यांनी चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये रोल नंबर टाका. पण स्टॉप करूया. थँक्यू.